What up, YouTube Alayaks? Come back at you with another custom StarCraft 2 cast. Today, we have a best of 3 coming at you, hosted by the SEL, or StarCraft Evolution League. They're an independent sort of group that host events featuring the SC Evo Complete mod, and if you're not familiar with this mod, it puts Brood War and StarCraft 2 into one game. It's absolutely hilarious. This is their 7th tournament. I believe they're now on their 10th tournament, or just concluded their 10th tournament. I could be wrong about that. But yeah, it sometimes attracts the attention of professional StarCraft 2 players, so it's always exciting to see. Anyway, we already have Cheese on the field. Let's go ahead and quickly introduce our players. The Cheese has been spotted. So, spawning on the bottom left-hand side of the map, it's our blue Brood War Terran player, HonMonO, going up against his opponent. Spawning on the top right-hand side of the map, it's our orange StarCraft 2 Zerg player, threepoint. And threepoint, as I mentioned, has spotted the proxy. So HonMonO starting this best of 3 very aggressively. This is a pretty decent attempt to stop the the proxies. I think actually one of the SCVs has gone down, and that will delay this barracks here. So for the time being, threepoint actually only really has to worry about 2 barracks, kind of. I mean, these 2 are going to be way ahead of this one. Actually, you know what? No, never mind. I mean, these 2 will finish at just about the same time. But taking a look, I mean, no drones have been harmed in the making of this cast. At the very least, for the time being, 1 SCV has gone down. The Zerglings are already on the way. Okay, an attempt to place down a bunker, but I think these Zerglings will allow threepoint a little bit of breathing room, just a little bit at the very least. I mean, we'll see. We already have 3 Marines on the way. How many Zerglings do we have on the field? So 4 Marines on the field to 8 Zerglings. Not so bad, but I mean, these 3 barracks will have the potential to snowball. I like how this Overlord is still like, hey, I got one job to do, and that job is to go scout the main base for my opponent. Oh, okay. Okay, so the Marines, where are the Marines? They're a little bit out of position, actually. So, that barracks, that 3rd barracks, getting about halfway dead, but still alive. The Marines are still getting pumped out 3 at a time. Threepoint doing a great job keeping his Zergling safe, at least for the time being. Doesn't want to overextend. I mean, the range on the Marines and the fact that there's no Zergling speed just yet, the Marines will be able to do at least some kiting. No Zergling speed yet is on the way because the extractor still isn't even finished. And one thing I was going to suggest for threepoint to do is just run to the mineral line for your opponent. I mean, if all the Marines are in the middle of the map, you might be able to do some retaliatory damage. But it looks like HonMonO deciding to just go back home and start playing a potential macro game. What an interesting opener. Now, these Zerglings are still kind of running around on the map, not too far away from home, though. So I don't think threepoint is super eager to do any sort of harassment of his own. I think probably satisfied with the fact that he actually held that push, and these barracks slowly flying back home will also delay the production for HonMonO for just a little while. But to be fair, he did build a bunch of early Marines, so nothing too crazy. Meanwhile, the 2nd base in the natural location is finished for our Zerg player, while there is no base in the natural location for our Terran player. So that commitment did slow HonMonO down just a little bit, but the 3 barracks perfectly making an airtight wall and will prevent the Zerglings from running into his natural base and consequently into his main base. Zergling speed almost halfway finished. 6 more drones on the way, Stimpack on the way for our Terran player. Oh man, this is going to be wild, I think. I mean, okay, yeah, I was going to say, I think we're going to see a Baneling bust, and here we go. The Baneling nest is finished. So, the Brood War Terran will witness the wrath of Banelings. Oh, okay, a little bit. Well, actually, no, not too risky. That was a lot of Marines running through the wall. Stimpack is finished, and is HonMonO going to go for the win right now? 1 medic to support this entire army of Marines. Metabolic boost just about 10 seconds out. Will likely be able to save a handful of these Marines if they don't corner themselves. Threepoint going for the juke, running around all these Marines. Zergling speed is done, but there's only 2 Zerglings left. Baneling Nest is finished. We got how many Banelings on the way? 7 Banelings on the way. And there's still no base? Are you serious? So this is going to be basically a 1 base all-in coming out from our from our Terran player, HonMonO. By the way, if you guys are new to my channel, I do cast and cover a lot of StarCraft 2 content, including some video essays and a whole lot of custom StarCraft 2 casts. So if that's something you're interested in watching more of, please consider subscribing to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Back to the show. This is a lot of stuff, but the Banelings, I don't think they've been scouted. And if HonMonO just stims right into all of this, he might actually just run into a face full of acid. Okay, will they get dissolved here? Will these Marines explode? Will we see a split? We already have a preemptive split. A very decent play by our Brood War Terran player, and I think this might be it. There's really not a whole lot left for our Zerg player. Army supply is 22-14 in favor for HonMonO, but that's not necessarily too crazy, but nonetheless, 3-point throwing out the GG, giving game number 1 to HonMonO. What a sick start to this best of 3. Stick around and I'll see you for game number 2. All right, guys, welcome to game number 2 for this best of 3 series. We'll see if HonMonO can take it home or if 3-point can push this to a 3rd game. Let's go ahead and reintroduce our players. Spawning on the left-hand side of the map, it's our orange, now Brood War Zerg player 3-point, going up against his opponent, spawning on the bottom right-hand side of the map, it's our red, now StarCraft 2 Terran player HonMonO. So they did switch game versions on us, which I believe is part of the kind of setup for this tournament. There are a lot of Zerglings on the way already, though, with the Zergling speed on the way as well. So I think 3-point going for some sort of cheese of his own, at the very least going for some sort of harassment, but the StarCraft 2 Terran do have a lot more tools at their disposal for walling, namely the supply depot that can burrow. I almost called it a supply depot because I merged a burrow and supply depot into one word. It doesn't matter. You can roast me in the comments all you want. Meanwhile, there is a macro hatchery on the way as well. This is looking pretty standard to me so far, if you could consider Brood War versus StarCraft 2 standard. But yeah, this wall is looking really good. A reactor. Oh, going onto the factory. Interesting. Are we going to see what do we have on the production tab? We have Hellions. Okay, so Hellions likely going to go for some sort of mineral harassment for the Zerg player is what I suspect will happen. The Hellions also very good against the Zerglings. What do we have for our Zerg player as well? Okay, so we got an upgrade on the hatchery. Nothing too crazy yet in terms of unit production, but I wonder if we're going to be seeing Hydralisks soon is the question. We shall see. So yeah, okay, I was going to say the orbital command is finished. Likely going to see that land, and we will. Now, these Hellions, how many units have been lost? Okay, so 2 Zerglings have been killed by these Hellions, it looks like. Actually, no, 1 Zergling. We already saw an Overlord go down, so excuse me for that. Oh, I turned off the production tab. Oh, okay, Aspire. Where is this thing? Is it right here? Okay, Aspire just in the middle of everything. Okay, I like this. Going for the Brood War. Going for the Brood War air units, the Mutas. Okay, Zergling speed is finished as well, so these Hellions will be chasing these things, but as long as the Zerglings keep moving, nothing will happen to them. Okay, a drone and an Overlord on the way. I'm really curious to see if the Mutas will just push HonMonO out of the game. HonMonO hasn't scouted this at all, and he's not building. Okay, wait a minute. We got Ghost on the way. Okay, we have a Ghost Academy already finished. I missed that on the production tab. So Ghosts versus what is going to be Mutas. Okay, interesting. These Hellions doing a great job at keeping the Zerglings away from home, and we have 6 Mutas on the way. This, on the production tab, they almost look like Scourge, but they are definitely Mutas. There'd be no reason to make Scourge at this point in the game. So Cloak being researched. Why is threepoint having questions? Maybe questioning why the Hellions were let inside. And the Mutas have to make themselves known now because they have to defend the mineral line for the orange Zerg player. 10 drones now, 12 drones already going down. So a total ultimately of 12 workers getting destroyed by the Terran player. How will HonMonO react to the Mutas? I don't. Okay, no, we have okay, yeah, we have missile turrets on the way. So reacting very well, selecting the rocks by accident. Excuse me. Oh, and the Widow Mines as well. I almost called them Spider Mines because we have Spider Mines in Brood War, but this is a mix, and we are looking at StarCraft 2 Terran, not Brood War Terran. So although they are basically Spider Mines, they are not technically Spider Mines. They are Widow Mines, keeping these Mutas at bay as well. Right here, good placement on these missile turrets, honestly. So no need for Widow Mines on that side of the main base for the Terran player. 2 missile turrets in the natural base location as well. Plus 1 sky attack being researched. More Mutas on the way. And where are these ghosts? Are they even on the other side of the map? Not yet. We have some scans back home. Here are the ghosts, which I don't actually know if they were spotted by the Zerg player. I think it's possible they were, but it's also possible that that threepoint didn't want to fly too close to the Terran base with all those missile turrets and those Widow Mines. So right now they are just chilling. I think it's kind of like a it's kind of like a standoff right now. Both players are like, well, I don't have a composition that lets me enter the main base for my opponent, so let me just keep building stuff. Oh man, scanning that third base location and missing the actual third base. This is a lot of Mutas, though. More Mutas on the way, so it looks like threepoint going for a critical mass of Mutas. Meanwhile, more ghosts on the way for our red Terran player, and they're just chilling right now. More supply depots being built. Another missile turret being built as well. HonMonO is not playing around right now. He's biding his time, and this is a lot of stuff. And also, okay, yeah, the Overlords with these Mutas tells me that the Ghost tech was spotted. And yeah, the ghosts are definitely spotted now. The Overlords are default detectors in Brood War, which is why we see them flying around. Flying attacks level 1, 10 seconds out. The Hellions morphing into Hellbats, which, yeah, likely to deal with some of these Zerglings, but the army is very Muta heavy, so these Hellbats are not going to do much considering that they do not shoot up. This orbital command being placed right here, kind of becoming a makeshift wall, but I think it's safe for the Terran player to kind of just expand. Most of the stuff for the Zerg player can fly right over this wall, so there's not really a lot that the Terran player is really defending himself from in terms of ground. He doesn't necessarily need that wall. I would just place this third base somewhere where it can start mining, maybe even on the left-hand side. This is a lot of Mutas, though. How many Mutas do we have? 21 Mutas to 11 Ghosts and two Marines, and then 3 Hellbats, which are basically useless right now. Some Hydras being thrown in the mix as well, it looks like. So, you know, threepoint, I'm not mad about this. I really appreciate that they're not overextending. So, this is looking... I don't know. I really don't know who's going to come out ahead. I mean, army-wise, let's take a look at the army supply. It's relatively even. 58 army supply now, 59 army supply for our orange Zerg player to 52 army supply for our red Terran player. And also a lot of static defense, so keep that in mind. I mean, at this point, there are so many Mutas that they will be able to take out solo turrets. HonMonO losing now 3 SCVs. Some of these SCVs running to the right-hand side of the mineral line. And then threepoint moving back preemptively, probably assuming that there was going to be some sort of Terran army coming for these Mutas. He could have done way more economic damage. I mean, yeah, now we have some units here. We have Hellbats, but the Hellbats won't do anything. The snipe on these ghosts is a little bit scary, though. I mean, yeah, that's a lot of missile turrets. I do not blame I do not blame threepoint for not engaging in that. Okay, let's see. What do we have back home for? Okay, going for the tech switch. Oh, man, this is going to be brutal for HonMonO to deal with because he's really committing to, like, the anti-air static defense. As soon as he sees those Hydras, I'm pretty sure it's over. I mean, he hasn't done any scouting at all. I'm pretty sure these Hydras have been missed. These mutas serving as a great distraction, actually. A lot of these ghosts going down. Threepoint going for a little bit more of a commit. A lot of the mutas going down. Let's take a look at the resources lost. Still in favor for our Orange Zerg player, though. 3,000 to 4,200. A deficit for HonMonO. Oh, man. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Overlords, though. No more detection for the mutas until that gets replaced. But these Hydras, dude, the tech switch, the hidden tech switch, I'm so excited to see what that's going to look like in a little bit, man. Expanding here on the right-hand side as well. Taking a look at the worker supply, 74 workers to 60. So a bit of a lead for the Zerg player, which is to be expected, and really not that big of a lead, all things considered. And here we go, the Hydras making themselves known. These Hellbats will be able to do quite a bit of damage, but I think this is just too much. All of the mutas going down, the Hellbats going down, the Overlords also going down, which will allow these ghosts to cloak and not be attacked by the Hydralisks. 7 SCVs going down, and even though these ghosts cannot be damaged by the Hydras for the time being, there is an Overlord on the back of this. The ghosts ultimately going down. They tried their best, and it looks like Threepoint might be taking game number 2 and pushing this best of 3 series to game number 3. These SCVs doing something they're not contracted to do. They're like, wait a minute, those aren't minerals, those are monsters, bro. 28 SCVs going down, 36 SCVs total killed by Threepoint. That tech switch, man, really took this game home for him, I think. The natural base will go down. Worker supply, what is it at? 74 to 35. HonMonO, I'm assuming, throwing a GG maybe. Unfortunately, I cannot read what I assume is Korean. I really should learn the basics, considering it's such a popular game in South Korea. Nonetheless, stay tuned, and I'll see you for game number 3. All right, you guys, welcome to game number 3 of 3 for our best of 3 series, and it's been a fun one. Let's go ahead and reintroduce our players. Spawning on the bottom right-hand side of the map, it's our StarCraft 2 Terran player, HonMonO, going up against his opponent. Spawning on the left-hand side of the map, it's our Brood War Zerg player, Threepoint. So, Threepoint once again playing the Brood War Zerg, going up against a StarCraft 2 Terran. We'll see how game number 3 goes and who wins this series. Now, taking a look at what we got the spawning pool first coming out for Threepoint, so I wonder if Threepoint's going to go for some sort of a Zergling aggression. Still no base here in the natural base location, but there is movement for this drone, and yes, the natural base will be taken. So it's a spawning pool first before the hatchery. And did I call the spawning pool a hatchery earlier? I don't even remember, man. My brain is fried. It's been a long work week, let me tell ya. And also, I've been playing a lot of Oblivion Remastered. Contrary to what my channel may have you believe, StarCraft, although it is one of my all-time favorite games, so is Oblivion, at least the original Oblivion. And I can already tell the Oblivion Remaster is going to take my life over. So I had to peel myself off of the TV to cast some StarCraft 2 for you guys today. So, you know, just letting you know that I am doing this for you guys. And of course, I actually love, I love casting and making YouTube videos. Anyway, we have some Zerglings running out of the natural base location. Zergling speed is on the way as well. Meanwhile, what is our Terran player up to? We have a reactor on this barracks, 2 Marines getting pumped out, and a factory being built. No natural base to speak of. And this will be spotted by Threepoint. So Threepoint, I mean, it will eventually be spotted by Threepoint. Threepoint's actually scouting on the wrong side of the map for the Terran player, and this is going to buy HonMonO a lot of precious time for what I believe is a 1 base all-in. Oh, no. And the Overlord spotting it just a little bit too late. We'll see. Oh no, we'll see that there's a reactor on this barracks and a lot of Marines out already. This Overlord did his job at what is likely going to be the cost of his life, unless, actually, wait a minute, this high ground might keep him hidden. So the Overlord, very high IQ move by 3-point. Actually, it's a very standard move, but, you know, whatever. Gotta give him credit anyway. The Marines trying to kite these Zerglings, but Zerglings are fast now. All the Marines going down, the tank going down. This is a lot of precious stuff. The SCVs trying to save this tank, and the tank surviving for way longer than I would have expected. And only 2 SCVs going down in that entire engagement. So really not that bad. The Marines here with the medevac support as well. Another tank being built. So HonMonO is still going for this full one base all-in aggression that has been scouted, and these Marines are working overtime. I like this. Going for the supply depot, which is actually really important. And also, we'll keep HonMonO in his base for a little bit longer. I don't know what that means. Let me know in the comments below for those of you who are familiar with the Korean language. Ultimately, though, all the Zerglings going down. The supply depot was repaired at some point. We missed that. Siege is also finished. And now, oh no. Okay, great spot here by this medevac on the high ground. The Overlord, though, trying to survive, ultimately will get destroyed. We also have a Liberator. This is a really interesting composition. And the Zerglings trying to basically cause a base race. Taking a look at the worker supply. What is the worker supply? 28 to 13, way in favor for 3-point, but that is because 3-point has a natural base expansion, a Spire on the way as well, a lot of Zerglings on the way. But the medevac was spotted, and I'm surprised there was no Overlord on the right-hand side to spot what was potentially going to be a drop. The medevac doing a great job at keeping everything alive. Okay, only 5 drones going down so far, considering how much of a commitment that was. That's really not that bad. I mean, more workers were killed by orange than by red. Do we have anything? Okay, wait a minute. Oh, this is hilarious. The siege tank behind this wall will keep these Marines safe. Oh, the Scourge. A great choice. Just one Scourge doing so much damage to this medevac. And here we go. I mean, the Marines will be able to spot for the siege tank across this this kind of plateau here. I guess it's not really a plateau, a kind of cliff. But, yeah, okay, the friendly fire on that siege tank. Rest in peace, Marine. HonMonO leaving the game with no GG, giving the best of 3 series to 3-point. What a sick best of 3 matchup. If you guys enjoyed what you saw, please consider shooting me a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want me to cast any of your own games, I will leave my email and Discord in the description below. And I'll see you guys on the next one.